Welcome to the Life Self-Mastery Podcast, where we bring in entrepreneurs who have created online businesses and improved their lifestyles. Here's your host, Rohit Malhotra.
Hi everyone, this is Rohit from Life Self-Mastery, and today I'm excited to have the founders of Aavrani, Rooshy Roy, who is a first-generation Indian American who used to make skincare at home with her mother. And she started Aavrani in 2017 to offer clean, effective cosmetics rooted in ancient beauty rituals. And the other co-founder is Justin Silver, who's a former consumer investor and operator at Tatcha, which was acquired by Unilever for $500 million. And Justin leads the team as CEO focused on operations, HR, and supply chain. Justin has done his MBA from Wharton, and so has Rooshy. Welcome to the show, Justin and Rooshy.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks so much.
Excited to be speaking with you about Aavrani.
Awesome. So Rooshy, you were a first-generation Indian American, and you've done your MBA. What made you start Aavrani? Since you just graduated out of Wharton.
Yeah, of course. So I came to Wharton really to explore entrepreneurship. I had grown up with my mother and aunts and grandmothers over visits to India every year, really creating a lot of the personal care treatments that you'd otherwise find in the store at home in the kitchens with the ingredients like turmeric, almond oil, and neem that haven't yet been introduced or really celebrated in the US for how potent and powerful they are for personal care. So when I got to school and was evaluating the landscape of entrepreneurship opportunities, I had just so happened to meet Justin here on the second day. And he also came from a finance background, similar to myself. And in discussing our prior experiences, he had shared with me his experience with Tatcha, which is that Japanese beauty brand that you had mentioned recently got acquired by Unilever. He was sharing with me that story about the founder bringing these Japanese secrets to the US. And it excited me in a way I quite honestly didn't expect, because we started talking about all these ancient Indian rituals that have also not been introduced to the US and are so sacred in our culture and in our traditions. So through that conversation, we realized that this was it. This was the thing that we were going to start, and Justin was the perfect person to do it with me, given his supply chain and team scaling experiences in this specific industry, which I didn't have. So it was a very fortunate meeting, and we kicked off in getting started on Aavrani that fall of 2017 in our first year at Wharton.
Oh, very nice. So it's been 2 years that you've been running the business along with doing your MBA, is it?
That's correct. We just graduated in May, so a few months ago, and we actually launched the business exclusively online last summer in June 2018. So we're rounding out on about a year and a half of sales.
Interesting. So Justin, you've come from a private equity background, and before I was talking to you about how did you get into being an investor at Tatcha. So how was that experience, and how did you become an investor over there?
Yeah, of course. So I had worked at a firm called Beechwood Capital. We were the first institutional capital into Tatcha through a relationship with the founding team. And really, what I learned is just how incredibly interesting this industry was, how we were really helping millions of women at the time and building something that was a really powerful brand that resonated across cultures in the US and internationally. And I just fell in love with this business. And so, getting to work with founders like Vicky and Brad, who are frankly, world-class founders, it has been the experience that's really helped guide me and everything we're doing here at Aavrani.
Got it. And you've been part of skincare brands before as well, but there seems to be a couple of products which you've already launched, like I think cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and eye serum. And are these the four rituals which the brand is associated with, or are you expanding into other categories, beauty categories as well?
Yeah, it's an outstanding question. So we see the skincare as a really strong place to grow this company, and there's significant product expansion that can happen in skincare alone. As far as going into other verticals, we really want to remain true to the brand image, and we are all natural and about self-love and self-care. And so although color cosmetics is appealing, it's not necessarily where we would want to grow the company aligning with our brand message. And so we could certainly see expansion within skincare, but also in hair care and in body care.
Got it. And how do you source the products? Are they products made in India, or are they produced in US?
All the products are handcrafted in the US. Our manufacturer is an elite clean beauty expert that works exclusively with brands that are developed with only all natural ingredients. And we use the best of each ingredient there is to offer. So for example, while the neem does come from South Asia, we source our honey from New Zealand that has organic Manuka honey. It's the best quality to maximize moisture and hydration to the skin. So our manufacturer is able to leverage their relationships globally to provide us with the best ingredients.
Got it. And, looks like you have great gross margins. So how do you, where do you syndicate your products? Is it only available on your website, or do you use other retail shops and online marketplaces to sell your products?
Yeah, so right now we sell direct to consumer online, but we're in the process right now of expanding that strategy. So although online only, we are looking at retail strategy with some of the larger US retailers that you certainly will know, and then a couple of the kind of online, TV shopping. And so things like QVC and Home Shopping Network, all of those are in the works.
Yeah, we're focused right now on building the brand awareness and recognition so that when we do expand our distribution strategy, we're well positioned to succeed. So right now we are able to control our voice and our marketing through online, and it's been amazing to see the community that has developed around it.
Interesting. And I was wondering, how did you get your first 1,000 users, and what were the customer acquisition channels you were using since you're already studying at Wharton?
Primarily social media. Social media has really helped democratize this opportunity for us and gave us a channel to speak directly to people and showcase the brand and the pillars of the brand, what we stand for, our ingredients. And by leveraging Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, all the social media channels, we were able to cast a wide net, and luckily it resonated with the community and really generated an excitement that has exceeded our expectations.
Got it. And you're there in the skincare and beauty category, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of competitors who in this category. So I just wanted to understand who are your competitors and who's your target audience. Is it only South Asian people there in US, or are you targeting women specifically? Can you just talk a little bit more about the competitors as well as your target audience?
Sure. So we see this brand really being something that all American women should be able to resonate with. Of course, the early adopter is going to be a South Asian American woman, given that she's familiar with these ingredients, or if she is at all still connected with her culture, she's familiar with the turmeric mask or coconut oil hair mask. This customer acquisition is the easiest for us because we are truly the first of our kind, being a prestige version of the modern Indian rituals. And so we're really excited by getting South Asian women excited by this, but similar to how other beauty brands, for example, Korean beauty, or K-beauty as it's called, has really proliferated and transcended cultures in the US, we're looking to accomplish the same thing. And now as we think about the pillar of the brand being the sharing of these rituals and traditions. We're really excited to be able to educate other women on these ingredients and why they're so effective for the skin.
Right, and I was looking at some of the acquisitions which has happened recently in this industry. Be it Tatcha, and I think there's another brand called Drunk Elephant. So it's interesting that the multiples are pretty decent. But do you think the revenue multiple for a D2C brand or a skincare brand can be as good as, say, a software company?
So, I mean, we don't necessarily like to think of it like a software company or comparison to the different industries. But
Right.
what we're seeing in the skincare, beauty, cosmetics industry is a shift, right? Before in the 90s, 2000s, even the R&D was done in-house at these larger beauty brands. But what they cannot do is create brands that are really resonating with consumers. And they don't have to, because what we're seeing is a shift of the R&D budgets for these larger brands, whether it be L'Oreal, Estee Lauder, J&J, Unilever, shifting to M&A. And these mergers, these acquisitions that they're making makes a lot more sense as opposed to trying to create a new brand and then it's a coin flip as to whether or not that brand is successful. They can go out and acquire brands that have already connected deeply with their consumer, are growing rapidly, and they're able to pay that much higher multiple as you're talking about because they own a lot of the traditional distribution channels. And so overnight, these brands are able, or these larger conglomerates are able to take the brands that they're acquiring, pump them through these distribution channels, and multiply their revenue 2, 3, 4x. And so this highly acquisitive industry is really driven by this shift from R&D to M&A, which really makes sense and is something that we're excited about.
Right, interesting. It looks like you've also raised money from first round capital and general catalyst. So how did that funding really happen since you're just building out the company right now?
I mean, we really owe it all to the Wharton network and the Wharton community. One of the best benefits of starting the company while we were at school, which frankly we didn't quite appreciate until after the fact, was the rich network of students and professors who were really behind us and believed in our vision and were able to connect us with the appropriate investors who are just as excited about the brand.
Right, and I think the deal was also associated with Wharton Impact Venture Associates and the Dorm Room Fund. What I realized is the lot of founders from the Dorm Room Fund who've been part of Forbes 30 under 30 this year and in 2020.
It's really incredible to see that. We're so excited to be among all these amazing other founders.
Interesting, and you also have a partnership with Shanti Bhavan School. So was that a conscious decision to donate the profits, or can you talk more about what is the partnership all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a decision, actually, one of the earliest decisions that Justin and I made as part of the original Aavrani business plan back in October 2017. We wanted to ensure that there was some component of philanthropy as part of the business. It's just something that's very important to myself and Justin. And the Shanti Bhavan School is one of the most outstanding organizations in India and makes such a global impact, really, with the kind of work that they're doing. And Justin here has been involved with the organization for over 10 years and knows the management team very well. And because of their success with educating children from impoverished backgrounds, we felt very excited to contribute a portion of our annual proceeds to them. And we pledged to do so for the lifetime of the business.
Right. And but is the company a B Corp where you
No.
Okay.
No.
Got it. And looks like, Avrani, what I figured out is Rani is like the queen, like a Hindi word for queen. And you've been focusing more on female empowerment and, looks like more than 50% of the company is owned by women. So why was that angle used?
Again, it was very important to myself and Justin as we were thinking about what we wanted the brand to mean and the impact we wanted our company to have in the world. Female empowerment was just so central to that and core to our messaging as well. As we think about skincare and natural ingredients for skincare, we realized that in this current beauty industry climate, so many brands are profiting off of making women feel inadequate or making women aspire to beauty standards that are frankly unattainable or ridiculous. And so one of the things that we wanted our company to stand for was against the idea that women need to change anything about themselves to be beautiful. And by delivering clean, effective skincare, we are elevating women's natural beauty and giving them that confidence to not need to look to other beauty brands or makeup or cosmetics to cover up their faces.
Got it. And it looks like you have four or five different products. Is it okay to talk about the revenue model and what are the kind of revenues you're projecting the next coming year?
Yeah, so our revenue is driven from the direct consumer side of things, and as we look forward to 2020, we're projecting over $5 million in revenue, which is a great place for us to grow to, and will allow us to continue to bring the Aavrani message of female empowerment, self-love, self-care to as many women as we possibly can.
Got it. And you've also used a crowdfunding platform like Republic to raise funding. Why did you use a crowdfunding platform since you've already raised funds from some really weak VC funds?
Yeah, so there's two main reasons. The first is going back to the Wharton Social Impact Venture Group. They only invest through Republic, and they have a great partnership with them where they've invested in a few businesses that have all been fully funded. And so in order to become involved with that Wharton Social Impact Group, we needed to be on Republic. But the second side of things is around actually getting our consumers and the people who are using our product, who want to be part of the Aavrani journey, involved not only as customers, but also as investors. And that is the incredible power of Republic. It allows actual people to put their dollars to work to be part of the Aavrani journey. And now that is nearly 1,000 people who are part of our company and who are rooting for us, who are hoping for our success, who are recommending us to their friends. And as a consumer brand, the Republic team has just done an incredible job of supporting us through that. So, we view it both as a way to get Wharton and the Social Impact Venture Group involved, but also as a way to connect with thousands of consumers as now not only users of our products, but actual investors as well.
Right. And what is the goal from raising the fund from the public platform? What do you use to what is the plan to use the money for?
Yeah, it's three things. The first is R&D, and that's to come up with incredible new products that are going to change the way women are using skincare in the U.S. today. Right now, we have 9 products in research and development, with 2 that are ready to go. And so, continuing that R&D will allow us to create world-class products. The next is on the team building side. As you've seen on Republic and elsewhere, we have myself, Rooshy, of course. We have our head of creative marketing. We have a chief of staff who is enabling everything to happen. And so we have a really powerful group of people here who are really impactful, and continuing to grow that team is going to be critical as our business grows. And the third is on the marketing side, being able to bring our product to consumers in an intriguing, delightful, unique, powerful way is all part of our plan for, of course, the rest of 2019, but through 2020 and beyond. And so the R&D, the team building, and the marketing are really where that fundraise is going to be going.
Interesting. And I quickly want to do the top three questions. So what is your favorite business book?
My favorite business book actually isn't about business at all. It's called The Examination. We got Rooshy over here just said she was going to say that, no, exactly. But that's okay. That's okay. We can both business books. It's called The Examination by Malcolm Moss, and it's about two young brothers trying to figure out what their paths in life are, and they're constantly trying to essentially fake it and do what they're not great at. And it's only at the end of the book where they both realize what their true passions are, what they're both great at, and they start doing them, and they excel. And so for me, a lot of the Aavrani journey is about my own personal journey, and not necessarily doing the right things, but just doing what was prestigious or what was the next move. And so Aavrani for me is really that right thing. And I recommend that book to anyone. It's a great read.
Interesting.
Similarly, is not really a business book, but has everything to do with running the business. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Sure. And it's really about mindfulness and honoring the present and always being thoughtful about the big picture, as opposed to getting caught up in the details or getting frustrated with the inevitable setbacks that occur while building a business. So it's really helped me keep me focused, quite frankly, with regards to Aavrani and every other facet of my life.
Got it. We'll put that in the show notes. And, if you could go back in time when you started working on a business in 2017, what is the one thing you would have focused on or anything you would have done differently?
I wouldn't have done anything differently, to be honest. I think even some of the setbacks that we've had have served as profound learnings for myself and Justin, and as we quite frankly wouldn't have learned those lessons without making those mistakes, and making them has made us even more confident in pushing forward and growing the business confidently and unapologetically, so that we continue to grow and stay true to our mission and ourselves.
Yeah, and I completely agree. I think I would not do anything different. And just as she said, for every mistake, there was a learning. And I think that journey has made us stronger, better, faster, and we'll continue to do so.
Got it. And do you have any favorite online tool, for example, Gmail, Slack?
Mine would honestly be Spotify. I'm always listening to music. I have it in the background of everything I'm doing and different moods. And it also helps me stay focused and motivated throughout the day.
Justin, do you have any favorite online tool?
It's such an interesting question. I use the internet literally all day. Honestly, I was good. My answer was going to be a big shout out to Shopify. Not that they need it, they're killing it, but they are the backbone and the skeleton of the Aavrani business. Our entire back end is built on Shopify. All of our orders are processed by Shopify. There's even a Shopify Capital that has helped provide some working capital funding for us. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Everything has been going really well with this platform, and we expect to continue to stay with Shopify for years to come.
Yeah, Shopify is truly a great product. And what is the best way people can look into your Republic campaign?
Yeah, they should visit us at the Republic campaign. It's republic.com/Aavrani, AAV as in Victor, RAN as in Nancy, I. We are currently open. We're raising. Rooshy, I know we didn't really talk about it on this, but Rooshy was just named Forbes 30 under 30, which is incredibly exciting for our entire team. We're about to send an announcement over the Republic platform, letting everyone know about it. But this is the exciting time. I would recommend getting in as soon as possible. The campaign is going really well. There is a chance that we close that early. Of course, full notification will be made if that is the case. But check us out on Republic. And then, of course, check us out on our website and our Instagram. The website is Aavrani.com, AAVRANI.com. And then our Instagram is just at Aavrani. And, we cannot wait to continue to connect with all the listeners here. Check us out. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, feel free to DM us at Aavrani on Instagram. We would love to interact with you and learn more.
Awesome. And what is the best way people can reach out to you?
The best way. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can email us at Rooshy@Aavrani.com and Justin@Aavrani.com.
Got it. I'll put that in the show notes, and best of luck for the Republic campaign and the future campaign that you're about to do. And thank you so much for coming onto the show. I really appreciate speaking to you guys.
Of course, likewise. It was such a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Life Self-Mastery podcast, where we teach you how to start and grow your online business. For more information, visit Rohit's blog at www.lifeselfmastery.com.